in essence, your 1 year anniversary by signing up for 4 more years. You glutton, you. So you've decided to rerun, and I'm
Correct.
appreciative of that. And I love, I have to say that I know you do your homework. I know you look at the volume of War and Peace we get every other week.
Yeah, yeah.
And so,
Which just, even though you've got the volume of War and Peace, you've also got the wormholes when you get
oh,
into
yeah.
that to dive even deeper. So, yes, it is definitely put everything aside as soon as you get that agenda and do
Oh,
some
yeah.
study and research.
I don't. I get it Friday. I work Friday night, so Saturday morning I peruse it. I don't even read it. I just kind of peruse it to see if something slaps me in the head, and then I make my notes Sunday night so that I can make some calls early in the week. But people don't realize it's so much more work than just showing up Wednesday
Correct.
and going yay or nay, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
you've decided to rerun now that you've given up about 100 hours a month of your life, and now you're going to rerun again to give up another 100 hours a month of your
Yes.
life. I'm sure your husband is over the top
Oh,
joyful.
yes.
Yeah,
He's
right. So
definitely wondering why we're doing this.
why are we rerunning?
Well, I feel like there's a lot that can be done to help. I like I said before, I'm super invested in students and family and absolutely passionate about education. I feel like education is the answer for curing what ails whether it be poverty, or I think it's the answer for freedom, liberty, and opportunity. And so I feel like that's something that I want to support and see what we can do to maximize our resources and help our students to be more opportunity ready when they leave our district.
Yeah, the state recently came down. It was really funny. I've been talking about financial literacy for years. That we needed. We used to have when I first got on the board, first 2 or 3 years, we had Finance 101. Stupid stuff like this is how you reconcile a checkbook.
Right.
This is what credit cards mean. This is what this, and it faded away because of dollars over the years. And now the state has come back and said, no, we're gonna mandate it. You're gonna have to take it. So it's kind of cool to see some of that stuff coming back.
It is. I agree with you. I've always been a proponent of that. In fact, my children, when it was offered at Canyon High School, you better believe they each took it, as well
Yep.
as the other options that we've had that have been offered just through volunteer opportunities in the community.
I find that almost ironic that because of dollars, we had to get rid of the finance class.
I like that.
Oh,
What
Good
happened?
catch.
And listen, no. I'll even close that loop for you. Here's a state who doesn't seem to be able to manage dollars, demanding that we teach kids how to manage dollars.
Wait, I think
That's the funny part.
I think I know where
I'm
our
sorry.
issue is.
They've got to look forward to the future. Got to find somebody that can come in and set
So-
things right.
So tell me what is the major what is one or two of the major accomplishments you want to get done in the next 4 years?
Well, I would love to see just a complete innovative energy infuse our district to where we are looking for ways to solve problems, that instead of just accepting that we have issues or challenges, let's figure out a way to get over it. We've got right now a huge mental health crisis with our youth. That is something that people have been talking about since COVID. And unfortunately, it started before COVID, but COVID exacerbated it
Yep.
to a great degree. And we're looking at what are some easy ways to help mitigate that issue. And one of the ways I believe is through devices.
Oh yeah.
So how do we deal with our devices? We just, this last year as a district, we had all of our junior high schools went device free, which was pretty interesting when you think about the fact that these individuals, we weren't taking away devices, they had them in their backpacks. So in the event of an emergency, they were available.
Yep.
But so it's sort of that security blanket. But it was incredible to see how our administrators and teachers and office staff were able to help students get over that addiction of reaching for that
it is an
for
addiction,
that
yep.
device. and they were able to create device-free campuses. It was exciting to go on those campuses and see those students interacting with one another, and having a good time, and not just having their headphones on, listening to whatever music they wanted, and kind of getting into their own world. Of course, that's something that's an easy thing that students would want. But as I asked students, I was interested to see that they said that they would support that going forward. At first they thought, well, we'd really love to have our devices all the time. But when I asked them, okay, if you are a parent and your child is in the same spot as you, would you say that you would want to have devices or not have devices on campus? Every one of them said, yeah, no, that's not, it's not a good idea to have devices. It's too distracting. So we're doing some research and kind of looking to see how do we best use the devices for the students' best health and well-being.
Yeah, no, yeah, and you're right. I mean, a couple of years back, we actually started at 1 or 2 junior high schools to see how it would play out. Michelle Krantz was actually, she's no longer with the district, she's with another district, but she was the one that implemented it. Yeah, and everybody was struggling with it at first, and then once they got it down, they realized that these young people were now they were interacting with each other, and they were more attentive in the class, and they weren't being distracted, worried about the phone going off or what have you. So high school is going to be a little tougher to do, but it doesn't mean it can't be done. But when you go to the high school campuses, you see them standing around in groups, but nobody's talking. They're all doing this, on the phones. So you're right. I mean,
well, even in the classroom, we fight so hard for instruction time that we want to make sure that instructors are able to get that time to teach the subjects that they feel so passionate about with their students.
Now, I have a question on this cell phone issue. So I had cell phones when, I was in high school, but I don't remember it being such like a big thing about like banning the cell phone because it was already understood, at least to me, where it was like it was the policy or the rules of the school where it's like, you're not supposed to be on your phone during class. You're not supposed to be on your phone. You really weren't supposed, like you put that in your locker or something, but you had it on you. So is this something that is like, it's become more of an issue?
Over the years, it's become
100%.
more, it's just part of the culture, part of what they, you said it, part of what they grew up with. None of these kids know what a rotary phone is. None of these kids know what a push-button phone is, right? They've never had one. Many of them haven't had this kind of thing in their home. So, but we've talked about the addictions on this show. This is an addiction. This is their lifeline to all their friends, to their life outside their house. It's not
I would
good.
encourage all families, individuals, to read The Anxious Generation by John Haidt. It will explain to you why, Benji, it's changed since you had your phone and it was kind of understood universally. You're not going to use that in the classroom. But now it has become it has gotten such a hold on everyone. I mean, it's not just students, it's parents too. We all need to learn how to be more present with those around us and with what it is that we're learning, because I think we've kind of talked ourselves into thinking we can do 2 things at once. We can answer an email and we can, listen to a podcast or whatever. So we're getting used to being distracted, and that's a problem in the schools.
Yeah.
And as it relates to all the offerings with social media, there's so many distractions, and that are always calling at them. There's those pings constantly going because you've got TikTok and Snapchat and Instagram, and all of them have different ways that they are engaging students. I would like to see our schools be more engaging, our subjects be more engaging, and critically think instead of just consume. Those are the things that are exciting to me.
All right, well, we up against it?
We are.
All right,
No,
we're up
that's it.
against it. All right, Erin Wilson, we'll have you back on again. And we'll get some more ideas on. You'll give us some more of your ideas on how to make school better, education better, all the way around. So thanks for being here.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.